You're watching the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. OTAs are underway for America's team. We've got several news and notes of some good and some bad and some injury updates to get to. But first, some reporting from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram on Dalton Schultz. They say Schultz will likely price himself out of a long-term deal in Dallas, which isn't a massive surprise. We've talked about Schultz. My guess was no. Now I feel even better about that one. And historically speaking, the Cowboys' track record of paying franchise tag guys in the first year of their tag is not great. I think back to Tank Lawrence, Dak Prescott. They do not operate with urgency and proactiveness when it comes to contracts. They haven't done so in quite a while. It took Tank and Dak over a year to get paid. It took Zeke a holdout, etc. It took Amari Cooper reaching free agency, blah, blah, blah. Outside of Zach Martin, who kind of held out too, they don't operate with a ton of urgency. Now, Schultz is going to be expensive. He is going to command probably up to $14 million, if not beyond that, per year. I doubt the Cowboys would franchise tag Schultz a second time, which means next year, barring a surprise long-term deal, there is a chance that Schultz becomes the second, or even more than that, highest-paid tight end in the NFL. This deal is going to be expensive for him. You're talking at minimum $14 million per year. Schultz has been a better player than David Njoku's been in his NFL career. Njoku just got 13.69. So the cost of Schultz being too much, I absolutely understand. If that scares people off, I get it. The rationale, though, which comes from the reporting of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and I'm going to go ahead and outright accuse directly from Stephen Jones, is something I don't like at all. Here's what Clarence Hill wrote. Schultz is going to get paid. It will most likely come after the 2022 season and probably by another team in free agency. For the Cowboys, it's not just about making Schultz happy. It's about managing the rising cost of Prescott's contract and the coming deals for all-pro cornerback Trayvon Diggs and Pro Bowl wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, embracing for the future payday of linebacker Micah Parsons. This is almost verbatim what I warned you guys about 2 weeks ago. This is Cowboys propaganda, leaked from the front office to justify not paying good players. You want to know the truth? You can't even fucking pay Micah Parsons for 2 years, arguing that Parsons' future deal is why, we can't pay this player? That's bull. That is a lie concocted by the front office and Stephen Jones to justify not having to pay the market rate for going players. That is not accurate. That is not how other NFL teams do business. Not wanting to pay Dalton Schultz, that is fine. If you don't think Schultz is worth the amount he's going to go for, I get it. I don't know if I really want to pay Schultz $14 million. I probably don't want to. That's a lot for a good but not great tight end. But saying, the quarterback contract and Trayvon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb and a guy you can't pay for 2 years, that is unbelievable. Here is what is going to happen next offseason for the Cowboys. They're not going to spend their big-time cap space right now. They're going to say, we can't because the quarterback contract is such a big deal. It's not unless you allow it to be. The way the salary cap works, it is easily manipulatable. To justify can't pay this guy because your first-round pick last year, that is choosing not to spend money. It is a lie, and they're going to continue. They're going to blame the quarterback contract and other deals, even though no other franchise actually operates that way. So I'm not happy about this because I know where this is coming from the organization. And it sets up and makes me concerned about this team's future if that's the way they're really going to operate. So do you trust this front office? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It is the pinned comment right now. I'm leaning no. Hope I'm wrong, but I want to hear from you first and foremost. Let's move on to some slightly more positive stuff here. Some OTA news and notes around the Dallas Cowboys. Beginning with a positive one on Tyler Smith. He got some reps with the first team at both left guard and some left tackle reps as well, which I consider to be a very good sign from that standpoint. The left guard and left tackle reps come in light of Tyron Smith being back at OTAs in the open version on Thursday. He missed the previous open one due to a back issue with back tightness, but he was back out there. Good sign on that front. Now, when the Cowboys went with Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith at left tackle, left guard, Connor McGovern got the reps at center, which I find very interesting. Now, there's some blending of first and second round, etc. on that standpoint. But I do find that interesting that the Cowboys are at least giving Connor McGovern some reps at center, which I love. They are finally doing the thing we've asked them to give McGovern a shot at that position. How real of a shot is it? I'm honestly not sure, but we'll have to wait and see from that standpoint. I love at least the limited chance he's getting. Does he win the job? Too early to say, but it's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Now, we are also on Rumble. Hit us up with free, or you can get free and uncensored content over there. So, when I said bullshit a lot earlier, on-demand YouTube, that's probably going to be censored out. Rumble, you can hear it in all its cuss word glory. You can also play these videos in kind of background podcast style on your phone if you're driving or whatever. Go follow us for free, rumble.com/CowboysTV. Some injury updates now on the wide receiver room. Jalen Tolbert has a hamstring. He did do some individual stuff, was not out there for the team drills, so he's not quite all the way back, but progressing in the right direction from that reported hamstring strain. Don't love that, though, overall. James Washington has allegedly tendonitis in his left foot. The boot, though, is off, so trending again in the right direction here for James Washington. But those are two of your top four receivers, plus Michael Gallup being out, means that the receiving core right now in the early portion of OTAs, especially beyond CeeDee Lamb, is profoundly thin. It is at least somewhat worrying to have so many receivers banged up right now. So be honest with me in the comments section. What is your confidence level in the Cowboys wide receiver core? Scale it 1 to 100. So 1, of course, being on the low end, 100 on the high end. Sound off in the comments section. The receiving room right now, with no Gallup, no Tolbert, no Washington, and Noah Brown also not quite 100% either, by the way, means that Sima Feyoko and even TJ Vasher, who did make a couple splash plays there with the first team reps, I heard. Well, Feyoko got a lot of reps, and if you are a Feyoko stan, did not go the way you want it to go here. He had 2 bad drops per Clarence Hill, one of which ended up being picked off. That's not good. This is a unique opportunity for Feyoko and TJ Vasher, etc., to get some valuable reps with the ones and with Dak Prescott. Not making plays, not what you want to see happening. We are getting closer to 130,000 subscribers here on the Cowboys Report. You get daily videos when you guys subscribe, so help us get there. Hit that big red button and sub for free daily videos at youtube.com/CowboysTV. Another injury note here, Sam Williams reportedly held out of OTAs on Thursday due to an unknown health injury medical thing. Probably nothing to be concerned about, but make note of it. I haven't seen anything else come out as we've been filming our live show today, so I'm not going to be worried about it, but I did want to make just a brief mention of it. I am still going to assume, no reason not to, he's going to play a key role for the Cowboys as a rookie. Now, we went through some, I believe it was our rookie minicamp winners and losers video. I asked you guys how many sacks for Sam Williams. The common answer was somewhere around 6. So let's make that our over-under on today's video. Over or under 6 sacks for rookie Sam Williams in 2022. If it's more than that, type in O for over. If it's less than that, type in U for under. Let's go now to Chauncey Golston, who, interesting notes here, especially with Osa Odigizua a little bit banged out here, or banged up. He was back today at OTAs. Golston has been getting some reps at the defensive tackle spot, in passing downs in particular, which, remember, that's the majority of reps in the modern-day NFL. You're in your nickel front more than you are your base front. Now, Golston has said he's added 20 pounds to his frame. He was listed at 268 last year. That does not mean he's now up to 288. Playing weight and listed weight are often pretty different. So let's say he's somewhere in the mid to high 270s. That might be a little bit more indicative of his actual frame, because Teams lie about playing all the time. Wan'Dale Robinson is 5'8". The Giants say he's 5'10". Teams lie about it all the time. But a hybrid role, I think, does make a lot of sense for Golston. He was about 20% of his reps last year came on the interior. I bet that number rises, maybe even doubles this upcoming year, because him getting on the field at edge is very tough to see happening with DeMarcus Lawrence and Dorrance Armstrong and Sam Williams and, of course, Micah Parsons getting reps there as well, and probably at least one of Dante Fowler or Terrell Basham. But on the interior, Odigizua, Neville Gallimore, and then maybe Carlos Watkins as your other more pass-rushing styles. So I do hope and think we see a little bit more out of Chauncey Golston in that hybrid defensive end, defensive tackle role. I like reducing him inside on passing downs. We will see if that impact happens this upcoming season.